I'm Tony Sklar with bnetTV. We are here at the Asia LTE Summit in Singapore for 2012, and I am speaking with Spidercloud Wireless's Mr. Christian Derrick. How are you today, sir?
Very good, thank you. Very good.
Excellent. For all of the people out there in bnetTV land, why don't you give us a brief overview of Spidercloud, what you're doing here at the LTE Asia Summit?
Okay, yes, Spidercloud, we're a startup company out of California. And what we have is a small cell system, which we call an eRAN. And basically an eRAN is designed to deliver Wi-Fi, 3G and LTE in one solution. And it's designed to do that cost effectively and quickly and really address the enterprise market. So it delivers a high capacity and high reliability service for operators, enterprise customers.
So are you part of the small cell forum, and if so, or not, how do you play within that portion of the ecosystem?
Yeah, we absolutely, we participate with the small cell forum, and its growth out of what was then the Femto forum, and we see that Femto cells, are a vital component of an operator's offering, and where Spidercloud fits in is that we take what Femto cells do. But we actually deliver what we call an enterprise RAN. So it's something that's really scalable and competes more with sort of an in-building system or a distributed antenna system to provide enterprise and large building coverage.
So I think that there's probably not a lot of people here who are going to disagree with that style of product for their businesses, for sure, or within buildings. I mean, the worst thing that we as consumers experience is when we walk into a walled garden, so to speak, that all of a sudden you're like, wow, I just saw all the bars disappear into one tiny little line, and now and you can't do anything. You can't go anywhere, and the frustration comes through because we're so data-centric in everything that we do. If we don't have that sense of connectivity, our whole worlds and lives just start to fall apart.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's what a lot of the speakers and a lot of the presentations here at LTE Asia have been discussing. It's really the growth of smartphones, and around 3/4 of all data capacity is consumed indoors, and that creates special problems. There's a lot of new building materials that stop radio signals from getting into buildings, and so Spidercloud's philosophy is that we cover those buildings and those important customers from the inside rather than from the outside as a traditional macro network does.
And as LTE continues to get deployed, it's got sort of it's got good spectrum, but it's got thinner range. So you may have an LTE tower in certain particular places within a city, but its range doesn't exactly extend very far without having further towers or Wi-Fi offloads to be able to communicate with, and I guess that's where you're sort of coming into play.
We see that LTE is starting to be deployed, and in a lot of cases it's at higher radio frequencies, and as you say, that reduces the cell size, and it's more difficult to get inside buildings. So again, we're taking the approach that you deliver 3G and LTE and Wi-Fi from indoors, and that's what we do, sort of deliver those three services from one system.
Every time I get a chance to speak with Dr. Simon Saunders or Andy Germano, we talk about some really neat things that happen sort of within that small cell forum, and how there's new DLNA and different spots within the devices that are allowing for application development, and all sorts of kind of nifty little parking spots, if you will, from a Wi-Fi standpoint or a spectrum standpoint, where the device is now kind of going to get a little bit sort of some further connectivity in a way that the carriers and operators weren't able to fulfill, kind of.
Yeah, and we see, with Femto cells and with a solution such as ours, an enterprise RAN solution, that there will be opportunities for new applications to be developed. Things like higher accuracy in building location for a number of applications. Whether it's finding someone in the office because they don't have a desk anymore, it's all hot desking. So where is somebody, or what's somebody's usage pattern throughout a building? Where do people go during the day? So new technologies will enable those new applications, and that's something that we try to foster with our technology.
So let's turn the tables and talk about some of the challenges that exist for Spidercloud, or just your general area of the ecosystem.
Well, you know, we are a startup company, and you know, we're out there now. You know, going to market. We have a partnership now with NEC. So you know, we're looking to basically go out there and take on, you know, the bigger players in the market. So you know, being a relatively smaller player, that's a challenge. But with, you know, with someone like NEC, then that will help us to deliver.
No question about having a partner like them is they've got power on their side. How does something like Spidercloud work with an MVNO?
We basically are a sort of a transparent piece of network infrastructure. So if an operator is deploying, you know, 3G, Wi-Fi or LTE services with a Spidercloud solution, then we're somewhat transparent to that. The MVNO part of it would come back in the operator's core. So you know, you could see operators, you know, providing MVNO services just through Spidercloud, or MVNOs taking advantage of our equipment. So
that's sort of kind of where I was going. Was are you knocking the MVNOs out of the game a little bit in certain areas, or is it just an augmented solution for some of the operators?
You know, I think the answer is going to be different depending on, you know, the geography. You know, you might find that MVNOs in certain geographies focus more on enterprise customers, or they have a speciality in enterprise integration. So you know, I don't think there's one answer for that. But right. You know, but
it is a service inevitably that you could augment if it was something like, let's say, a convention center, and somebody who normally would be on a roaming network doesn't necessarily have to do that. They could purchase a certain set of minutes through VoIP or something of that sort.
I mean, there's lots of technology and application possibilities. Yeah, so, you know, you might find MVNOs.
I'm just throwing out the business ideas here for you. Take them and run. I mean,
I'll take some notes in a second. But yeah, you know, you might find MVNOs or certain operators deploy Spidercloud for certain, you know, market verticals. You know, so convention centers or hotels or airports, or you know, coffee chains. I won't mention a name, but you know, coffee chains, or you know, any type of store or franchise, or you know, different opportunities like that. So it's quite, you know, quite a flexible solution, and you know, the end application is going to vary by geography. So
fantastic, Christian. Thanks very much for taking the opportunity to speak with us here today at the LTE Summit. I hope we get a chance to do this again in the future.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
I've been speaking with Spidercloud Wireless's Mr. Christian Derrick here at the Asia LTE Forum in Singapore. I am Tony Sklar with bnetTV.